It began not with a scream, but with a search. In the cold, silent hours before dawn, flashlights cut through the darkness, illuminating secrets long buried beneath the surface. The air was thick with tension, every step forward heavy with dread and uncertainty. In December 2010, the search for missing Shannan Gilbert led police to a desolate stretch of Ocean Parkway on Long Island. The road, flanked by tangled brush and windswept dunes, seemed endless and foreboding, a place where secrets could easily be swallowed by the landscape. What began as a routine search for one missing woman would soon unravel into something far more sinister. Instead of one body, they found at least 11 sets of human remains scattered along the coastline, a chilling testament to a predator who had operated in the shadows for years. Each discovery sent shockwaves through the community as the grim reality of the scale of the crimes became clear. The sand, once a playground, was now a graveyard. The bodies, wrapped in burlap, hinted at a single methodical killer. The use of burlap was both practical and symbolic, a way to conceal, to dehumanize, and to erase identities. Investigators realized they were dealing with someone who was careful, calculating, and deeply disturbed. Gilgo Beach, once a place for summer fun, was transformed into a sprawling outdoor tomb. The laughter and sun-soaked memories of past seasons were replaced by fear and sorrow. The community, once vibrant, now looked over its shoulder, haunted by the knowledge of what had been hidden in plain sight. For the families, hope was replaced by the brutal certainty of loss. But the discovery also marked the start of a long search for answers. Grief mingled with determination as loved ones demanded justice, refusing to let their daughters and sisters be forgotten. Vigils were held, and the community rallied together, united in mourning and in purpose. The victims were mostly young women, many working as escorts. Initially dismissed by some officials, but as the body count grew, it became clear a serial predator was at work. Their stories, once overlooked, became central to the investigation, forcing authorities and the public to confront uncomfortable truths about vulnerability and neglect. The case would haunt Suffolk County for over a decade, baffling investigators and casting a long, dark shadow over the region. The search for the killer became an obsession for some, a nightmare for others, and a painful reminder that evil can hide in the most ordinary of places. The Gilgo Beach timeline began on December 11, 2010, when police found Melissa Barthelomy's remains during the search for Shannan Gilbert. Within days, 3 more bodies, Maureen Brainard Barnes, Megan Waterman, and Amber Costello, were found nearby, all wrapped in burlap. The Gilgo 4 established a clear pattern. A serial killer was using this coastline as a dumping ground. By spring 2011, 6 more sets of remains were discovered, including a child, deepening the horror and mystery. Despite finding Shannan Gilbert's body in December 2011, her case remains separate. But her disappearance was the catalyst that exposed the serial killings. The Gilgo 4, Melissa Barthelomy, Maureen Brainard Barnes, Megan Waterman, and Amber Costello became the heart of the investigation, their names forever linked by tragedy. These women, each with their own dreams and struggles, were daughters, sisters, and mothers whose lives were cut short. Their stories, once hidden in the shadows, would soon shine a light on a chilling mystery that haunted Long Island. Melissa vanished in July 2009. Her sister received a series of taunting, anonymous calls from Melissa's phone, each one more disturbing than the last. The caller's chilling words offered no comfort, only fear, and left Melissa's family desperate for answers. These calls became a haunting clue, suggesting the perpetrator was both cruel and calculating. Maureen disappeared in 2007, a mother determined to provide a better future for her child. She traveled to New York, hoping for new opportunities, but instead vanished without a trace. For years, her family clung to hope, searching for any sign of her, while her fate remained a painful mystery. Megan, a devoted mother herself, vanished in June 2010. Her family's desperate pleas for help were often met with indifference, as if her disappearance mattered less. The pain of not knowing and the lack of urgency from authorities only deepened their heartbreak and frustration. Amber, the last of the 4 to disappear, was last seen in September 2010. She had arranged to meet a client described as a large, ogre-like man driving a Chevrolet Avalanche, a detail that would later become a crucial lead for investigators. Her disappearance echoed the same pattern of risk and vulnerability. Each woman's story was one of vulnerability, exploited, their hopes and dreams stolen by a killer hiding in plain sight. Their families mourned not just their loss, but the injustice of lives taken too soon, and the fear that the responsible still walked free. Their disappearances, once overlooked and dismissed, became the key to unraveling a monstrous pattern. The Gilgo Four's legacy would force the world to pay attention, demanding justice for all the women whose voices had been silenced. For over a decade, the Gilgo Beach case languished, becoming one of America's most notorious cold cases. The investigation was hampered by complexity, lack of leads, and persistent rumors of internal corruption. Former Suffolk County Police Chief James Burke blocked FBI involvement, raising suspicions and fueling public distrust. Burke and District Attorney Thomas Spoda were later convicted on unrelated federal charges, shattering confidence in law enforcement. The scandal painted a picture of a department plagued by secrecy and dysfunction, delaying justice and allowing a predator to remain free. For the victims' families, the years of inaction were a consequence of a broken system as much as a difficult case. In February 2022, a new Gilgo Beach homicide task force was formed, finally bringing together local, state, and federal agencies. Investigators re-examined old evidence, witness statements, and phone records with fresh eyes and modern technology. Within 6 weeks, they identified a new suspect, Rex Huerman, a quiet architect from Massapequa Park. A witness had described Amber Costello's client as a large man with a Chevrolet Avalanche. Huerman owned such a vehicle and lived near key cell phone activity. Suddenly, the puzzle pieces fit, thanks to a shift in strategy and true collaboration. The renewed urgency and transparency led to a breakthrough that had eluded investigators for years. Rex Huerman, a married father and successful architect, lived an unremarkable life in Massapequa Park, until his arrest in July 2023 shocked the community. Law enforcement placed him under surveillance, tracking his movements and online activity, which included thousands of searches about the case and disturbing content. Huerman's Chevrolet Avalanche matched the vehicle described in Amber Costello's disappearance. Investigators established that his family was away during the murders, giving him opportunity and privacy. His arrest was carefully orchestrated near his Manhattan office to prevent evidence destruction. Police searched his home for 12 days, seizing over 200 firearms and potential evidence. The facade of suburban normalcy crumbled, revealing a man allegedly hiding monstrous secrets. The case against Huerman was built on modern forensic science and old-fashioned detective work. Investigators matched DNA from a pizza crust Huerman discarded to a hair found on Megan Waterman's body. A direct DNA sample after his arrest confirmed the match, tying him to the crime. Familial DNA linked a hair on a belt used to bind Maureen Brainerd Barnes to Huerman's family line. Burner phones used to contact victims and taunt families were traced to locations near Huerman's home and office. Surveillance caught him using burner phones in 2023, echoing the killer's old methods. The combination of DNA, cell data, and witness descriptions created a powerful, multi-layered case. Even a discarded pizza crust became the key to unlocking a decade-old mystery. As of August 2025, Huerman stands charged with 7 murders, including the Gilgo Four and 3 additional victims. Some cases connected to the Gilgo Beach crime scene remain unsolved, including those of Karen Vergata, Tanya Denise Jackson, Peaches, her daughter, and an unidentified male. Prosecutors are focused on securing convictions for the 7 charged murders, proceeding cautiously to avoid delays. The investigation has expanded to properties Huerman owns in other states, but no further charges have been filed. The question remains, is Huerman responsible for all the deaths, or could there be another killer? For some families, the wait for justice continues, and the full scope of the horror may not be known for years. The arrest of Rex Heuermann sent shockwaves through Long Island, leaving residents reeling and the community's sense of security deeply shaken. For years, the mystery of the Gilgo Beach murders had haunted the area, and now, with a suspect in custody, there was a fractured sense of relief, tempered by disbelief and fear. The revelation that the alleged killer was a local family man shattered the illusion of safety and forced everyone to confront the unsettling truth. Darkness can hide in plain sight, even behind the most ordinary facades. Neighbors who once felt safe now questioned everything they thought they knew about their community. The case also exposed deep flaws in how society and law enforcement treat vulnerable victims, especially women in the sex trade. For years, their disappearances were overlooked or dismissed, and the lack of urgency in the investigation revealed painful biases that still persist today. The victims' families, refusing to be silenced, became powerful advocates for justice. Their persistence and courage kept the case alive, their love for their lost daughters and sisters a testament to the enduring cost of neglect and indifference. As the trial looms, the community is gripped by a mix of hope and anxiety. Many long for closure, but even a conviction cannot erase the trauma or bring back those who were lost. The scars left behind are deep, and the healing process will be long and uncertain. Gilgo Beach, once just a quiet stretch of sand, will forever be linked to this dark chapter. The pain and unanswered questions will linger, casting a shadow over the community for years to come. The story is a cautionary tale, a stark reminder of the consequences of indifference, the dangers of corruption, and the relentless pursuit of truth. It challenges us to reflect on how justice is served and who is left behind. Justice, delayed for so many years, is finally within reach. But for Long Island, the story of the Gilgo Beach murders is far from over. The search for answers and for healing continues.